Alright, y'all, welcome back to the Double O 007. Thank you very much for tuning in for another episode of the Double O 007 Quantum Minds in your media session. Now, I've been sitting there thinking, I was listening to some things, and then I reflect about it after I listened to it and see where my knowledge and understanding stood with this. Now, how do I start it off? Well, you know what? It's like when you say, is there life after death? And people say, yeah, God go judge you, and then, you go live either in hell or you go live in heaven. Now, y'all know, people that follow me, the people that know me, they know I have a different concept on that. I used to think heaven and hell like that. But now, people, maybe the last 8, 9 years, I've been kind of shuffling to the here and now. So, but as you study more, you hear more, and you kind of try to put some pieces together. And I sit there and think about it. I always thought about different frequencies, but I never really fully grabbed 100% on it. Now, I was listening to one video, and the guy said that we shouldn't worry about life after death, but we should think about who we are right now. Let me say that again, for the hiccups. We shouldn't worry about life after death. We should be more concerned about who we are right now. Right here and now. And that kind of makes sense. But let me elaborate on it a little bit more. See, what I'm saying is, whatever your frequency is right now, that's who you are when you move on. That's whatever your frequency is at right now, as we talking right now, whatever your frequency is, whatever level you at. And somebody say, well, I don't know what level of frequency I'm at. Well, I'll break it down a little bit more. Your frequency is whatever type of vibe the person that you are right now. If you're a good man, your frequency level is on a good man's level. If you a bank robber, your frequency level is on that level. If you are, so forth and so, you can throw multiple things in there. If you're a crook, a hoe, a working hard man, whatever your frequency is, you believe in God, whatever your frequency is, how you living right now. That is what your frequency is when you move on. And when you move on, your frequency is your destination. And you will be at that level forever. So it's like your destination is whatever your frequency is when you leave this world. That's where you are. Now, I know it's going to be some kind of kickback to that, but I think that makes a little bit more, I think that makes sense. Because I don't think the judgment sounds good, but I'm going to be honest with you folks. I don't trust them old Roman folks. Them Roman folks back in the days, and them old religious, whatever you want to call them back then, they were some shady folks. And they did things to benefit them, not us. So I don't really trust them old Roman folks. Because a lot of them Roman folks, I believe, sold us out for the take. And with that being said, for some of y'all that ain't never thought about this, maybe just think about Whatever your frequency is right now, whatever type of person you are right now, that determines your frequency. And that determines where you will spend eternity at. See, if you're a no good, dirty bum, or if you're a loving, kind person, that's your frequency setting. Now, I don't know what that level of frequency sounds like, but it sounds like to me that every level of frequency has a different vibration, different sound, and that determines who you are. See, your name don't determine who you are in the spiritual world. Your frequency that you give off, who you are, that's who you are. That's your identity. Your frequency is who you are and who you represent. And that's where you will go. If you die a no good, dirty dog, that means you got a very low frequency vibration, something to that standard, and that's where you will be at for eternity. You'll never go lower and you'll never go higher. You will always be. So that means a no good scumbag will always be, once he passed, a no good scumbag. A person who spent their life showing love and peace and harmony to his fellow brothers and sisters, that's a high frequency. And on that high frequency, that's what they will be at. They will go to a place that matches their frequency. I'm going to touch on that a little bit more later, but, it's kind of tasty and thought-wise. So, nibble on that a little bit, give if you got your point of view or something like that, or you got something to add to it, put it in the comment section. So, whoever you is, right now, whatever your frequency level is, right now, that's who you would be when you move on. I like to say I'm going to live 1,000 more years, but if you pass away right now, whatever your frequency level is, that's where you're going. You're going somewhere to match your frequency on Earth, who you are right now. You're not going nowhere where outside you're not going to a higher frequency, you're not going to a lower frequency. You're going to a place that matches your frequency. To God be the glory. Stay strong, stay focused, keep raising your frequency or your vibration or your love walk. Keep raising it up, because the goal is to get to the highest level you can get at and not leave this world on a low level of frequency, because you'll never leave it. Peace.